Don't go
people,
back in the day.
if you harvest a spike, people were happy. You know what I mean? Like, man, you just got a deer, man. That is so cool. You know what I mean? And it's not turning into that. There's a lot more trophies around, you know?
And there's I it's hard to point a finger at exactly where the culture started to go wrong, if it's even one thing or not. I'm sure if this makes it in one of the short little reels that I do, there'll be a lot of people who have some comments about what they believe it to be, and that's fine. Like, I wanna hear it. Like, we all have our different perspectives of things, but it's hard for me to point towards just one thing that's going to actually that was the shift in the culture. But it is something that we do see, it is something that people deal with, and, I think it can play in the fact of why a lot of people aren't staying with this, especially someone that's new, because they go out, they enjoy, they harvest an animal that they're happy with, and then the first 2 few comments are, "Well, you should have let him grow another year. Oh, I can't believe you shot that deer. Ugh, what are you doing?" Instead of just being happy for that hunter, like you said, and congratulating them. So, but Alex, we're kind of getting short on time here, and I want to get a few things out. So I'm going to just kind of throw some questions out to you, and I'm going to preface the first one. Like, I watch your account, and you definitely separate yourself out from what I think other hunters are, because of a lot of the prep work and stuff that you do. And you always seem to have like some levels of success when you go out. And success is very subjective. So some people, success is just making it out in the woods and having and enjoying a day. That could be a success for some people. And for others, success is seeing deer. And for some, maybe success is actually harvesting a deer. I get that. I'm not trying to tell someone what they should look at as success. But watching your account, I see that you separate yourself out from a lot of others, and I'm curious to know what you think. And I understand, be humble if you need to be, but what do you think? What is the one thing that you do, or the one thing that you can't, that you will always do, and that you think leads towards your success? What is the one thing that separates you from like some others?
Always looking at other people's properties.
Okay.
It's a different way of looking at it. Some people can have a food plot on their property. Some people can have old broken down buildings, like I said in one of my videos. Some people can have a big corn. Um, this is public land though. Um, or a farm. I will hunt those on those public lands. I will find those. I'll look on other people's properties that's next to that public land
Hmm.
and I'll feed off of what they're going to probably be doing. And they usually push all the deer pretty close. You know what I mean? So I mainly look at a lot of other people's structure before I jump into public land.
That makes sense. So a lot of the scouting work and prep work. So you're looking to see basically you're looking at what the pressure is going to look like, and then adapting to that to your advantage.
Exactly.
That's a good way to look at it. I think some people also, I think you would probably say, well, and we're not, don't take this the wrong way when I say this, folks, but basically you're kind of hunting people, because you're kind of hunting the pressure that people are putting on the animals. And then so that's part of your plan. So that's actually an interesting way to look at that. It really is.
Exactly what I do, buddy.